Welcome to the Derry-Cast, where we discuss all things movies. First, we're going to talk about the events that are going on
right now
in
this country.
I think, well, you said that you don't think we should.
Yeah, I didn't want to just film an episode and just, like, completely ignore it. Because, like, it's kind of historical what's happening right now, and it's insane. And I just want to say, like, we obviously don't condone that shit. We don't agree with that.
Trump should have been impeached last night.
Yeah, fuck Trump. Fuck all those people. Yeah, I just didn't want to ignore it and just be like, anyway, so this is our show, you know, and just like, you know, because it's pretty, it's insane. Yeah. It's insane. I can't believe what, like, it feels like it's a movie or, like, some episode of Parks and Rec, because, like, what? You can just walk right into the Capitol holding guns like that and waving the Confederate flag, like, that's insane. And
no fucking police were, like, called in the first couple hours.
It took forever there was, like, I saw videos of them storming in. There was literally one cop inside.
They were letting people, the cops were letting people in.
Yeah.
They were taking photos. Like, these were not protesters, these were terrorists.
Yeah. And, like, I saw that video of that one cop in, like, riot gear, helping that lady walk down the steps. Like, are you kidding me? Like, do you not remember that video of police shoving an old man onto the ground where he cracks his skull and he starts immediately bleeding out of his ears? And yet there's that lady who's, like, first of all, like, way younger. She's, like, definitely a middle-aged woman who doesn't need help like that. She's just being like, oh
my God, what's going on? You were there.
Yeah, lady, you signed up for it. Oh my God, and I saw that TikTok of this girl who was like, it's a revolution. Oh my God, get out of here.
It's not a fucking revolution. Just because you're angry that people, and it's literally, they were counting the votes that were already counted. It's just like a ceremonial thing.
Yeah.
Biden is going to be our president no matter what. Not if we like it or not.
Yeah, I think they're trying, I think their whole thing was that they were trying to storm in there to, like, vote again or whatever. But it's so...
You can't fucking vote again.
Yeah, like, just get over it. Like, just deal with it. Like, people didn't act like this when Trump won. No one stormed the Capitol. No one was like, do a recount. They just, people complained, but they just honestly just sucked it up. And it's like...
Yeah, if we had to suck it up for 4 years, you're going to have to fucking suck it up for another 4.
Because, I mean, I get it. I don't like...
in this whole fucking country.
I mean, I don't like Biden. Like, I voted for him, yes, but I don't, you know... Yeah, he's a politician. He's got some bad stuff about him, but that doesn't mean that, like...
Every politician has something bad about them.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't mean just because he's going to be president, the whole country's going to implode, you know what I mean? Like, you will be okay.
And I saw this one dude, who was in Nancy Pelosi's office and took a piece of her mail and literally made it out safely, wasn't wearing a fucking shirt, and like, literally a 15-year-old black girl just went to fucking juvenile jail for not doing online homework.
Yeah,
and literally it's treason to take someone's mail. Like,
yeah. It's insane.
And then, like, people, we just need to be safe. If you're in large, like, counties, at least we're in a small town, kind of, compared to, like, Los Angeles. Like, I mean, we're being safe.
We're in LA County.
Yeah, we're in LA County, but, like, we're just being safe, you know? Be safe, don't go out.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't go anywhere, big, I don't know how to say it, besides, like, a capital of some sort. Like, I wouldn't go to downtown LA right now and, like, go out and stuff. I mean, we're in a pandemic, so you should be going out anyways. Don't be doing that. But...
And I can't believe we have a president that literally says, I love you.
Oh, I
fucking
know!
White supremacists.
Like, we love you. It was so... I saw it. It was ridiculous. Oh, my God.
And I know we made this podcast to, like, get away from that stuff, but we need to still talk about it. We have... Even though we're a small platform, we still have a platform.
It's still a platform, yeah.
And we need to talk about things. And it's so crazy. And then also when you think about it, like, half the people that I saw, besides, like, people saying this is wrong, and stuff like that, are like, this is going to be a movie in 5 years.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. It's gonna be so insane. It's gonna be a bad movie. It's gonna be so dumb. Oh man,
this is gonna be in history books. Like, literally, like, And I saw another tweet too where it was like, for 60 years there wasn't a like, in the 1800s there wasn't a Confederate flag.
Oh yeah, this was like the first time a Confederate flag made it into the Capitol. Like, like, this has never happened before, and it's insane. And people still try to argue about, like, history about it and like, oh, I'm trying to say, not like tradition, but like, I don't know, just people who are like, oh, this is, you know, to try to defend the flag. Go fuck yourself. If you try to defend that. Like, honestly, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I look at it, the first thing I think of is racism and slavery, and I don't know how you can try to twist it any which way.
Yeah.
Like
I literally have a coworker who is a person of color who thinks the Confederate flag is just because people are in the South. I was like, honey.
No.
Honey!
Even as a kid, if I saw it, I still
I knew
like,
it was wrong.
Yeah, like I didn't fully understand the weight of it, but I still knew that it was something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it was not appropriate, you know? Yeah. So when I would see, like, so now when I see people holding it, I'm gonna say it, I automatically assume you're a Nazi. Like, what's wrong with you? Especially now, after everything Trump supporters have done, like, really, really radical people, why would you even want to associate yourself? Like, if you're not actually like that, why would you even want to, like, be even, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's...
And, like, I saw people, like, my coworker was, like, arguing with someone on Facebook yesterday, and I was like, honey, we just need to delete Facebook. We need to delete
I know, Facebook's
everything.
The worst.
Like, Trump's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything needs to be fucking deleted. I know it was suspended until he's out of office, but at the same time, he still has influence when he's out of office, and we don't need that in our lives.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder how strong his cult following is going to be.
Yeah.
Once Joe is, like, officially in office and everything, and he's, like, kicked out and stuff in a few months. I wonder.
Oh, and I also want to speak about the fact, Georgia, you went out and voted! We have, Democrats are now the, like, it's 50-50 now.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks for that. That's going to help us, hopefully, with this whole shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, fiasco. The thing also is...
I heard that only 13 people got arrested.
Yeah, only 13 people. And that's what I was going to say. If you think about Black Lives Matter protests versus this, 13 people got fucking arrested during literal domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
And people are just fighting for their lives and trying to fight for their friends and their families' lives, and they fucking get shot at with bullets. They got tear gassed. They got more arrests. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's...
And I know, like, as a white woman, like, I need to stand up for these people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, it especially hurts, like, all those photos that I saw of that dude wearing a Camp Auschwitz shirt. Like, I'm Jewish. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're literally... Do you not know what you're fucking doing to people? Like, you know?
Yeah.
There are fire people.
Oh, fire.
Yeah,
the fire department keeps going by. I don't know what's going on. That's actually, it's kind of concerning to think about it now. The cops and, like, the fire department keep going by. I hope someone's okay, whoever it is.
Yes, please be careful. Is there any last comments about this that you want to speak about?
Just fuck Trump and fuck Nazis.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And fuck white supremacy. Anyways, that went on for a lot longer than I thought, but yeah.
We needed to get it off of our chest.
Yeah, I just didn't want to ignore it, because we're sitting in the heat of it. Like, it's literally the next morning after this happened. Like, it is very early in the morning, so, okay, well.
Let's get into some movie news.
Yeah, we'll lighten up a little bit. We'll get into the movie news now. You want to go first?
Yeah. Not only do we talk about movie studios and movie release news on this segment, but the state of movie theaters. AMC Theaters is trying to raise $125 million to fight bankruptcy. According to MovieWeb's website, AMC is looking to sell as many as 50 million new shares of stock. What does this mean for movie theaters as we welcome in 2021, but audiences are still in the midst of a pandemic? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. How do you feel?
I mean, we gotta be safe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as soon as COVID's over and, like, everyone has the vaccine and everyone's just, you know, calmed down, I think it's time for like, you could build up. You could build from the ground up.
Yeah. So I mean, my prediction is that if the pandemic, which it will obviously with the way this country is, it's going to continue on.
Yeah.
And I think movie theaters will die in that like during this time. But as soon as it's safe again and that all those stuff can open up again, it's going to boom like crazy, because as soon as things are open up again, people are going to be running out of their front doors.
Yeah.
Running everywhere, doing anything they can, and just soaking it up, because they're going to be so afraid for the next thing to happen again.
Yeah.
So, I think for now, movie theaters will die during a pandemic, yes, but once it's over, they're just going to come right back again. Because honestly, I don't think they should die. Like, for example, here, I think if they took out the islands and stuff, and painted that whole wall white, they could do drive-ins.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised that's not more of a thing. Like, especially in Six Flags' parking lot.
Yeah.
Places could be totally renting out spots like that and doing cool events like that. Yeah. And studios should be doing that for their movie premieres. I think that'd be sick.
Some studios are, but not a lot.
Yeah. I wish they were. It'd be awesome to bring back drive-ins, because one, it's great for like dates and stuff, and if you're like me, you have anxiety and you want to go out but you don't want to be around strangers and stuff, you can be in your car and it's awesome. And sometimes you can feel a little bit safer, because
Do you want to talk about the next one?
Yes. Okay. So on Friday, TikTok, Disney, and musical fans alike got to watch a star-studded Zoom performance of the unofficial Ratatouille musical. TikTok users in the fall of 2020 came together and used their voices to make an unofficial musical of the hit Disney animated film. The musical starred Wayne Brady, Andre DeShields,
I love that man,
and Titus Burgess, to name a few. Many users speculated that the TikTok creators that made these songs and art didn't get full credit. How do you feel about this? And how do you feel about fan-created movies?
I love fan-created movies. There's a lot of, like, Harry Potter ones. Like,
oh my god, there's so many.
Shout out to my friend Bernice, who gave me a really good Sirius and Lupin fanfic. I want that to be made into a movie. And I think, like, I think it's fun. Like, they have, like, The Great Gatsby now has, like, the whole thing.
Oh my god. So, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Great Gatsby's copyright ran out, which means anyone can take the story and do whatever they want with it. And I saw on Twitter some people were coming up with, like, funny little ideas, and I really hope someone takes that and does something really stupid with it. Like, add robots to it, add aliens. Yeah. Please. It'd be hilarious.
And also, like, there's a lot of musical stars, but at the same time, like, a lot of TikTok creators, which, I started making a TikTok. Please follow me, Malone Shalom. Like, they, like, made these songs. Yeah. And, like, I guess the music, like, some of the people, like, fixed them up and stuff, but still, like, give them credit. I think it's really important to give even fans, like, who make stuff, like, credit.
Oh, for sure. Anyone who creates anything should get credit for it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to speak about this one? Because you know her more than I do.
So, with a heavy heart, on January 4th, actress Tanya Roberts, best known for her role in A View to Kill and That 70s Show, she was Donna's mom. She passed away. It was highly speculated. It was a rumor until it was confirmed on Wednesday morning. She will be missed.
I really thought it was a rumor, because I saw all those Ashton Kutcher, like, tweets where it was like...
yeah, there was, like, at first they said, she had passed, and then he started coming up and being like, no, she's still alive. But, I mean, I thought he was just being a Kelso, just not realizing that she really is passed. But then another source came out like, no, she's still alive, but then they, like, confirmed she has passed. I don't know from what.
It was a IUD, I think.
What's that? Like, what do you mean?
An IUD. Oh. Like birth control.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was something else. No, like I thought like a different IUD. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's sad. Oh.
Yeah. Which people need to, like, do some research, women's studies and stuff like that, because birth control is fucking crazy.
I tried looking for a cause of death, at least when I was looking at it, and I didn't see anything, so I thought maybe they didn't say anything where it was, like, drug related or something.
I think it came out, like, earlier.
Probably, like, afterwards, yeah. Okay.
So on Wednesday, I feel like we always talk about DC in a way, and we like we like Marvel better, but I mean I do kind of personally. But on Wednesday, Entertainment Weekly and Zack Snyder released an exclusive photo of the director's new movie, Army of the Dead. The film is considered a zombie heist movie, and stars Dave Bautista and Tig Notaro. Snyder has wanted to make this film since the early 2000s when he made the remake of Night of the Living Dead. It will be released on Netflix this year. Entertainment Weekly put it on their, 100 movies to, watch list or something, for the new year. I thought this was really interesting because Zack Snyder is also working on his cut of Justice League, which is going to be out on Warner Brothers. Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers are, close, you know? Mm-hmm. And I thought it was interesting that he went in a different direction with Netflix because, streaming is really big right now.
Yeah.
And also I thought zombie heist movie. How do you feel about that? That's a fucking weird combination.
Yeah, what is that? So they're robbing something, but, during a zombie apocalypse?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it adds to it.
So we're gonna go straight into, our picks of the week.
Uh-huh.
Your pick is very interesting.
Yeah, so I watched this just because I want to watch it. I was not expecting to do an analysis on it, but as I was watching it, I was taking mental notes, and I wanted to put it in here. So my pick this week is actually The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody / The Sweet Life on Deck, because I watched both of them back to back.
Did you watch all of it?
Yes, and I have a lot to say. It is not that much. They're both only 3 seasons long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it feels like a lifetime.
And they're only 20 minutes long. I know. Okay. I think it's because we were kids. Yeah. First of all, and there were so many reruns of it. Mm-hmm. I remember watching so many reruns of The Sweet Life. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. So anyways,
especially when they would play The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody before playing Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Over and over again. Yeah, for sure. So first and foremost on the list, Zack and Cody were for sure gaslighting Mr. Mosby. That poor man, oh my god, they got him fired more than once, and yet he still kept coming back and was like, oh, I love you guys. And I was like, no, fuck those little blonde people.
Oh my god. And fuck them now, because they do some crazy ass shit in real life.
Oh, I know. They're all over the place. But I wrote Mr. Mosby and London carry the show because I think the whole twin thing is cute, but sometimes some of the stuff they would do was just getting old. Yeah. It was the same stuff, they're pranking, the people coming in the hotel and stuff. But I really like Mr. Mosby and London. I feel like they added stuff to it, and I really, really wish we would have gotten more of their relationship. Yeah. Because they put in some really sweet moments about how, because Mr. Mosby had to take care of London her whole life because Mr. Tipton is stupid rich man.
Donald Trump.
Honestly, pretty much, he's such an asshole. I never realized how much of a terrible person he was until I watched it, and now as an adult, I'm like, wow, fuck rich people. But anyways, they had some really sweet moments, and I really wish they would have delved more into their relationship and just showed more of that aspect, and they didn't, but it's okay, whatever. Next, I wrote, Carrie's a MILF. I never realized how hot Carrie was. Anyways, I also wrote that there should have been more with Arwen. Mm-hmm. I really liked Arwen's character a lot, and I think he would have been...
Wait, is there not a lot with Arwen?
No! I remember so many episodes with Arwen in them, but he's not. Or at least episodes with him in it, in the entirety. Yeah. But he'll be in there for, 2 scenes. And I swear, and I remember a lot more of him, especially on Sweet Life on Deck, too. Same. But he was only in it for, I think 2 episodes. I think it was only 2. If not, 1, and all the other episodes he was in, they were...
I think someone's taking a photo shoot. What are they doing? I'm scared.
No, they might have just fucked. Look at the windows. They're so tinted. Oh, yeah, they did. They just can't... Yeah. They came out of one car, and now she's going... Okay, anyways.
Are we gonna cut this out?
I don't know. Do we want to put the... Yeah, see, they're hugging. Look, Emily, look, they're hugging.
Okay, we're keeping this in.
Yeah, sorry. These people just very obviously just had car sex. Okay, anyways, I feel it, though. Anyways.
They're crying now. They're crying.
Are they crying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So there wasn't a lot with Arwen, and I wish there had been, because the boys didn't have that much of a father figure. Like, they did, like, Mosby sometimes, and, like, their dad would show up. Their dad was really hot, by the way. He was a good looker.
Okay.
But I feel like the boys could have benefited having Arwen in the show more, and especially if, like, they actually had made the mom like him.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been cute, but whatever. I was always hoping for that. Also, black characters besides Mr. Mosby do not last long.
That happens in, like, every single Disney Channel original show except, like, Shake It Off.
You mean Shake It Up?
Shake It Up.
Yeah. Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Yes, Miss Swift.
She's always on my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. So they don't last long. I wrote Marcus and Nia because first Nia was Mr. Mosby's niece, and I liked her character. She was cool. She was doing really well with Maddie in London and stuff. But then her character just disappeared. Like, it would have been cool if they would have brought her on the boat and stuff. Like, she was stuck with Mosby even if she had graduated high school or something. It would have been cool. But no, she just disappeared. That sucked. And then Marcus, who was the rapper kid, he was cool, and I like the idea of him being a washed up celebrity but still technically having his connects, because Jordan Sparks was there, and like she still remembered him, was like, we could still be friends. Like, I think that would have been cool if they would have kept him on the show, and that way when they were traveling and stuff, like, and they ran into more celebrities and stuff. I don't know, but no, they didn't do that. And also I noticed that in each one they have a main set. For example, in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, it's the lobby. They're seen in the lobby a lot, and honestly, that felt really boring to me, because there were some scenes that I felt like it didn't make sense to be in the lobby. Like, they definitely should have done it somewhere else, and I'm like, this is such lazy writing, and like, they didn't want to, like, cough up the money, I guess, to build another set. Like, there was an episode where Cody was trying to impress his girlfriend Barbara's grandma where they're doing, like, a tea ceremony, and he does it in the lobby. And I feel like it's too loud in there to do some traditional Japanese.
Isn't there, like, a tea, like, room in usual hotels?
Like, probably. There probably is, especially if it's, like, an old one. Yeah, they could have done in the restaurant too, and like that. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. And then on Sweet Life on Deck, it was the sky deck. They were always on the sky deck, and that pissed me off. I'm like, can they be on any other part of the ship, please?
It's a huge ass ship.
It's a giant cruise ship, and then, like, there was a few episodes where, like, Mr. Mosby was teaching some kind of class, like he taught a pocket square folding class.
Oh my gosh!
And it was in the lobby of the boat. So it was right in front of the elevator, and it was, like, really squished. And I'm like, this is so lazy. Because, like, the quality of The Sweet Life on Deck got so good. Like, the camera quality, one episode went from, like, being on like, a toaster to, like, really, really, really HD. And I was like, okay, if they can afford better equipment like this, why can't they get more sets?
Yeah.
And I wish, while they're on the boat, they would have shown them traveling more. Because I could have sworn I remember, like, every episode they were at a location.
They weren't.
No. I can probably count how many episodes they were on location.
I only remember the Galapagos or whatever.
Yeah, and even that was, like, only 2 episodes. Then there was the Paris one. I like that episode a lot. That was funny. Which one was it? Yeah. They went to Sweden when they went to the jungle where Bailey got the crown and got possessed and stuff. Oh, speaking of Bailey, she's really annoying. That was my last point. I wrote Bailey. I think Bailey was really, really annoying. When I was a kid, I was really obsessed with her character. She was kind of like that sweet, smart Southern belle, and I was like, ooh, I want to be like that. But now, watching it as an adult, I'm like, God, Bailey is irritating.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I feel like I went on for too long.
That's okay.
So yeah, I'm done. That was it.
So
your pick now.
My pick is actually 5 movies.
5 movies? Okay.
It's called the Small Axe series. It's directed by Steve McQueen, which I really want to do. Like, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll go into detail about one, but I was really thinking if you wanted to watch them, they're all free on Amazon Prime. We could do, like, a whole episode about it, because I think it's pretty interesting that there's 5 films, and all of them came out November to December of 2020. The films are all set in England during the 1960s to the 1980s. All of the films have different cast members. Each story focuses on a true life story of the West Indian community in London, which is very well known for getting discriminated against. From the Mangold Nine to there's like a Mangold restaurant to Leroy Logan, who was a cop. My favorite of the series is Alex Whittle, because this episode movie is about the writer Alex Whittle. And his struggles to confront his own past of growing up in a white children's home. He finds himself in Brixton, and he just learns more about the West Indian community and about himself, because, you know, when you're adopted or, you know, living in a children's home, you don't know much about yourself, and then you start to, like, do that as an adult. Well, I mean, like, when you turn 18. And he gets thrown in prison. I believe he gets thrown in prison for being a protester, like a peaceful protester in London. And it's just he's talking to his prison cellmate, and they're just talking about his life and, like, how he got there. Like, he's like, I don't know how I fucking got here. And then it's just, like, his whole story, and then he's like, oh, it's because I'm black, you know. I hope to find some of Alex Wheatle's writing material. He was also a DJ. I really want to learn more about him, and I really enjoyed McQueen's spotlights on them, because it's just like some of them are just like one little part of their lives, or it's like the whole spectrum of their life, and I think it's really interesting. Like, Wheatle's life was adolescence to young adulthood, and those are moments that, you know, shape a person. So, Happy New Year, guys, even though it fucking sucks.
What it is literally the 7th day, and the Capitol was already breached. So, we'll see what February has in store for us.
And this past year has been a struggle for everyone. We hope this podcast gives our audience a place to get away from all the bullshit, even though we talked about the bullshit earlier.
Yeah, sorry.
We want to we're going to talk about our favorite movies of the year. We're going to go by genre. We're going to do documentary, animation, a horror film, comedy, and drama.
So in a way, this is our own little award show. I actually thought of a name. I forgot to tell you about it beforehand, but the Dairies.
The Dairies?
The Dairies,
Are you going to make a little, like, egg logo with, like, an award?
I wanted to make an award, but because I literally thought of this, like, last night. I was frick! But
yeah. You could do it for the little, picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dairies, that's going to be what the episode's called. Yes. The Dairies. We want to disclaim that we haven't seen all the films that came out in the past year.
Oh yeah.
Especially me, because I haven't seen Promising Young Woman, which is like my most anticipated of the year, which was supposed to come out in February, and then it got pushed back. One Night in Miami, which comes out next week. Pieces of a Woman, that came out today, and Minari, which I don't want to go to a drive-through an hour away to watch a movie and then keep slamming my car door open and stuff to, like, make sure it's on. We just want to let you know all of our opinions are our own. We don't want to start arguments. We rather start a discussion. Yes. So our first, it's going to be Tony's and then mine. We're going to go back and forth and just talk about our things, our picks. Just like we do kind of with our picks of the week, but we will have a discussion about it. Your first one is our first one is documentary.
Yes, and this one I totally forgot to write about, but it was A Social Dilemma. It was the one that came out on Netflix. It's directed by Jeff Orlowski. I'm so sorry. It was released this year in 2020. The genre is technology documentary, and the Google plot summary states, tech experts sound the alarm on the dangerous human impact of social networking. So it's pretty much just this documentary that delves into social media and how it works and the algorithm and everything. And it even has people who work in social media and who, like, developers, like big people who have done things like created the like button. The guy who literally made the like button is in the movie and stuff. And a lot of these people don't actually work for those big companies anymore. They actually work for, like, smaller people now.
Yeah.
And it's really scary to hear them talk about how they're afraid of their own things that they created, that they even use blockers and, like, I don't want to say firewalls, but like they use like third party research. I am so bad with technology, but like, yeah.
They use like time stuff too. Like they can't be on like Twitter for too long, or they can't be on like, because they'll get stuck in it. And
they talked about how they put timers on their stuff so that they're not on social media for that long. And at first I thought it was ridiculous. I'm like, it's just fucking Instagram. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Until I watched the whole thing and I'm like, oh, I understand.
Those little parts where it was like the fictional story of that dude that fucking scared me. And the daughter that like hits cracks the phone lock to get her phone out.
So yeah, this movie is a mix of documentary and like kind of fiction. Like, I mean, is it really fiction? Yeah. But like there's like some parts of it. There's like a little story that's going on, and I really recommend it. It really scared me. I didn't touch my phone for a good couple hours after I first watched it because it like I said, it really talks about the dangers and everything, and how like big companies are watching you and just data mining off of you and stuff, and it just makes me freaked out about it. Because I don't know about you guys, I've always been afraid of technology. Same. I've always been that kind of person who like
I'm just scared
won't trust a computer.
I'm just scared I'm gonna press one thing and like everything's gonna be out. Like sorry to everyone who doesn't know this, but like I read a lot of imagines on Tumblr. And as soon as I'm like done, I like delete it, then I delete the history, and then I'm just like, oh no, someone's gonna find out that I'm watching this, that I'm reading this. Is there anything else you want to talk about for that one?
No, okay, it's really good, and I recommend it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I watched more documentaries than fiction films this year.
Oh yeah, so did I, but only because I literally took a documentary class this year.
No, I didn't even take a documentary class. I was just like, I don't know why, but like I just got so into documentaries this year, and I've never really been into documentaries. So I have a tie between 3, but we're gonna just go into one. The tie is between John Lewis, Good Trouble, which right now we need to cause some good trouble, and Miss Americana. But I can't stop thinking about Class Action Park, which I think you would heavily enjoy.
Is that about Action Park, that amusement park?
Yeah.
Oh my god, probably, yeah. I've read so much about that place.
But also, like, I watched a lot of docuseries, like I'll Be Gone in the Dark, which is about the, the, like, San Francisco killer, who was, like, the East Area rapist, and then he killed, and then the pharmacist is good. John Lewis's Good Trouble is about the life of representative and civil rights activist and icon John Lewis, about his work and his life up to his death that happened in 2020. We miss you very much, especially during this time right now. Miss Americana, of course, is about Taylor Swift, and it's a documentary similar to Good Trouble, where it's about her life. She opens up about writing her newest album at the time, because there's 2 more. Love her. I'll talk about Class Action Park in depth. It was directed by Seth Porges. It was released in 2020. It's a comedy/documentary that was released on HBO Max, which I can't stop talking about HBO Max because it's like the best streaming service right now. The Google plot summary states, New Jersey's Action Park earns a reputation as the world's most insanely dangerous amusement park. I just want to say, people died in that park not once, but twice, and it was still open, like, years later. Like, people still... It's still a park, but it's under a different name, and they haven't really changed anything. It's like... I would say it's like a Disneyland water park without workers or safety precautions or rules. Like, people are, like, literally coworkers, like, are hooking up on, like, slides and stuff.
Yeah, it's my dream. It's literally my dream to go there. I'm so obsessed with amusement parks, and I've read so much about that place.
Okay. It's also so surprising to see, like, many celebrities that went there as a kid, like Jimmy Kimmel. Like, he was talking about it in depth. Like, he was like, this was, like, the best freaking place to go. Like, I would only go with my cousins, and, like, we would pretend that our aunt and our uncle were taking us, but it was actually just us, like, walking over there. Like, it was just, like, and the animations that they used, they were, like, so, it's so fake. Like, they look so fake that you can't believe, like, what the fuck happened. Because, like, one person died because they were literally just on the slide, and they hit a rock, and they went on the freeway. They hit their head on the fucking freeway.
Yeah.
And, like, died because of the impact. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And the reason why, like, the owner dude was just like, I want to make money. I want to make money. I don't care. I just want to make money.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. It's crazy. And our second subject or category is favorite animation.
So I wrote Soul. It was directed by Pete Docter. It was released in 2020 on Disney Plus. The genre is comedy and family, and the Google plot states Joe is a middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he expected. His true passion is jazz, and he's good. But when he travels to another realm to help someone find their passion, he soon discovers what it means to have a soul. So I love
this film.
I know. I don't want to talk too much about it just because it just came out and, like, I don't know. I just want to give people time to watch it. But it had a really beautiful message.
Mm-hmm.
It was very clear, and it was really good. It made me cry.
Yes.
I recommend it a lot. The animation in the film is absolutely amazing, and it's amazing to see such a difference from Toy Story when Pixar was just barely trying to figure out how to animate people, and then to see a film like this where they had, like, souls and just, like,
you literally see the sweat
off
their faces.
It was so good. It was amazing. The movie is so pleasing to look at, and, like, I don't know, it's really good. I recommend watching it, whether as, like, just by yourself or with, like, the kids and stuff. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I really enjoyed Soul, but I picked Loop, which was also on Disney Plus. It's like one of their Spark shorts. It's directed by Erica Milsom. It was released in 2020. The genre is animation family. Google plot states Renee, a 13-year-old nonverbal girl, sits patiently in a canoe waiting for her partner while playing with a sound app on her phone. Marcus arrives late and is forced by the camp counselor to partner with her, much to his annoyance. Their trip has ups and downs, but they end up being friends. I really enjoyed this. Like, it stayed with me a lot because you don't really see people with, like, autism or, like, on the spectrum, like, in animation or in films in general that are not documentaries. This film is a short film. However, it deserves all the attention for the storyline and the animation. The animation is just like it's not just like Soul, but, like, it's so clear and like beautiful. And the fact that the main character is an autistic woman of color, like, first of all, you don't see a lot of women of color, and first of all, you don't see a lot of autistic people. So it's really it's so different for Pixar and Disney. And it was just really, like, just everything was so beautiful about the film. I definitely highly recommend it.
So our next category is horror. So my favorite horror film of this year was Hubie Halloween. It was directed by Stephen Brill. It was released in 2020, and the genre is comedy horror. The Google plot states it's October 31st in Salem, Massachusetts, in a town's eccentric, devoted community volunteer and the good-natured object of his fellow citizens' derision, I can't read, and meanest pranks, finds himself in the midst of a real investigation for a real murder.
We talked about this one before.
Yeah, we've talked about this already, so I won't talk about it too much again, but it is definitely a new Halloween classic. I will be watching it every year. I'm also really glad that Adam Sandler ventured out into horror.
Yeah.
Because he only had one movie that was kind of like that, which is Little Nicky. But I'm really glad, and I think he should do it again. But, like, this time, like, an actual horror film. I mean, not serious. Like, it's still his funny Adam Sandler way, but, like, something else. I think it'd be so great. I would love it. And I'm like, it was supposed to be the worst movie of the year, but honestly, to me, I think it was the best one.
Oh, gosh.
Of 2020.
I kind of agree with you on that. I don't have a lot. I mean, like, it was like a comedy horror, and I loved it. I mean, I'll talk about, like, drama, because drama is, like, really important, you know, but, like, the Five Bloods and all that stuff, that was good, but, like, Hubie Halloween, you just needed something lighthearted.
Yeah, that was good. For, like, everything that happened in the year, it was good to have just, like, a fun, goofy movie like that come out, and, like, it was nice. Yeah. It was good timing, too.
So, I haven't seen many horror movies released in 2020. I saw a lot from previous years, so I would like to spotlight His House, directed by Remy Weeks, released in 2020 on Netflix. The genre is horror thriller. The Google plot states a refugee couple makes a harrowing escape from war-torn South Sudan, but then they struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town that has an evil lurking beneath the surface. First of all, it's such an original concept, like, just, like, refugees and horror films, but why would you put refugees through double horror?
Yeah.
Like, it's just back and forth. Like, they're literally in the water, seeing their daughter fucking drowned, like, while trying to get to London, and then you put them in this scary fucking house, like, that all of, like, their ancestors are haunting them because they're like, why are you the people that get to go to a new life? It's fucking crazy. Also, I'm gonna butcher her name, but I love this woman so much, Miss Yunimi Moscow. I love you in Lovecraft Country, which please make a season 2. If you cancel the show, I will literally kill you, HBO. And I loved you in this. Like, I need to see your face more. Like, I'm gonna watch every single thing this woman is in. She is such an amazing actress. And, like, you just see all the emotion on her face, and she doesn't need to say anything. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just beautiful. Also, I hate the token white guy that has to be in, like, all the black movies.
Sorry. You're totally right. I've always noticed that whenever, especially if it's not, like, a black person who wrote the film or whatever, if it's, like, an all-black cast, they always have to include at least one white person. Like in
Black Panther.
I was gonna say Black Panther, fucking, what's his name? Martin
Freeman.
Martin Freeman was in it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You really had to put in what? Like, you really, okay,
and of course, like, we're talking about Martin Freeman, like, fucking Sherlock and Doctor Who and Supernatural. This fucking token white guy is Matt Smith! And, like, my whole time, like, watching it and he just popped up, I was like, my quick Doctor Who face, like, thank you. So now we're gonna go into comedy.
So my pick, I actually...
Sorry, I'm gonna open the door for a second.
I know, it's a little hot in here, a little steamy. So my pick, we actually already talked, I already talked about, so I won't do too much, but it's Palm Springs. Mm-hmm. It was directed by Max Barbacow. It was released in 2020. The genre is comedy rom-com, and the Google plot states, stuck in a time two wedding guests develop a budding romance while living in the same day over and over again.
It's that same dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. That is the same guy. Oh, it definitely drugged me then.
Sorry. This is also, besides being a movie podcast, this is also a neighborhood watch.
Oh my god, I know. So one of the first points I wrote that it's a rom-com that doesn't feel too much like a rom-com. And I mean that in a sense that it's not like your average cheesy rom-com. Yeah. Like, it's not like super like, ooh, and it's a comedy that it's like, normally rom-coms are more of a romance with comedy aspects. This time it's a comedy with romance aspects. And I like that a lot because I love comedy, but I'm also a softie and I like to see people kiss.
Fuck you, heteros. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I like this movie a lot, to the point where I actually watched it twice. I made 2 people watch it with me because I liked it a lot.
I watched it after you talked about it. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it.
It was really good.
Thank you for letting me use your Hulu.
Yes, of course. I will definitely be watching that again at some point. I wrote that Andy and Kristen work really well together. Mm-hmm. Like, I like them just in a film and as, like, partners in a film like that. Yeah. Like, I think they work really well and they look good together. Also, I think they had kind of a random cast.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Like, what's her name from Riverdale was there on there? Cami Mendez.
There's just, like, random
Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf. Like, when I look at him, all I see is just Derek from Teen Wolf.
I was like, why are these 16-year-olds getting married?
Yeah. That too. Honestly, like, I love Cami and stuff. But and I know she's in her 20s, but I think it's because of Riverdale. But, like, I look at her and I just think 16. So seeing her get married to Tyler Hoechlin, who's, like, in his 30s, it was just so jarring.
Yeah.
But good movie. I love it.
My favorite comedy of the year, which you could consider a comedy action crime, is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, because I fucking love Harley Quinn. There are so many good comedies this year, I just want to say, like with Emma and On the Rocks and everything, but Kathy Yan did her due diligence to the DCEU and restored my faith.
I was going to say, the DC movie franchise really needed this movie.
Yes.
So badly
needed. So Kathy Yan directed it. It was released in 2020. I saw, this was the second to last movie I saw in theaters. It was this one and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So yes, you definitely know I am gay. The Google plot states, it's open season on Harley Quinn when her explosive breakup with the Joker, fuck you Jared Leto, put a big fat target on her back. Unprotected and on the run, Quinn faces the wrath of narcissistic crime boss Black Mask, Ewan McGregor, his right-hand man, Victor Zsasz, and every other thug in the city. But things soon even out for Harley when she becomes unexpected allies with 3 deadly women, the Huntress, Black Canary, and Renee Montoya. I just want to say, Black Mask and Huntress are dating Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I love you guys. I want to be a part of your relationship. Okay, besides that, I know it's a mix of comedy, action, crime, but it's so memorable for its funny moments. Like, I just, like, had to spotlight it. Like, the moment where she's crying over the egg sandwich, like, I know that's, like, everyone's favorite part, but still, it's, like, so memorable. Yeah. It's, like, stuck in, like, scene by scene, like, shot by shot, it's, like, stuck in your head. It is not just Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. The whole cast is wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed Ella J. Belasco and Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performances. Ella J. Belasco plays Cassandra Cain, which her little storyline there doesn't follow the DC comics line, but I don't give a shit. This movie is, like, wonderful, and it saved everything. I love Yan's version of Gotham. Like, I talk about this with you a lot. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, though, but, like, every single version of Gotham is different. Yeah. From the director. Yeah. Like, this one is so colorful and not dull, like fucking Batman versus Superman. You know? I
know, all of the Batman-focused movies are always super dark, but that's honestly why I like DC, because it's, like, it's emo superheroes. Yeah.
I know it's emo superheroes, but this was pretty, like, interesting, because, like, it was in downtown, they filmed it in downtown LA, and, like, you get the LA vibes, but, like, at the same time, it's Gotham. It's Gotham that Harley Quinn feels like she's in.
It's colorful, but still gritty.
Yeah. The villains are so funny as well, even though they don't want to be, like, Kathy Yan, you got a fan. Okay, that was not supposed to rhyme, but you got a fan.
2020 was so long, I completely forgot that movie came out in 2020, because I saw it in theaters with my coworkers, like, normal, like, it was for her birthday, we got dressed up and went out, like, it's just so weird for me to think, because that was, like, I think, honestly, that was, like, the last time I, like, went out as a group with, like, my friends like that, like, it was so... I can't believe that. That's so weird. It's been a year. Yeah. It's been a year since things were fucking normal.
So, our last category is favorite drama. You picked something from 2015. Did you not watch a lot of... I just wanted to ask, did you not watch a lot of dramas in 2020?
So, yeah, that's one of the genres I don't watch a lot of. Okay. Like, I think the one genre I watch the least of is action and then drama. So I don't usually watch a lot of drama. And especially this year, I didn't watch a lot of that came out this year. Just because there wasn't honestly that much that was released this year either. And plus, I'm not the kind of... I don't really watch a lot of, like, newly released movies. Like, not for any particular reason. It just takes me forever to watch new movies. It's just how I am. So for my drama... I picked Carol. I don't know why it's blank. I literally swear I wrote it in, but it's Carol. It's directed by Todd Haynes. We actually just talked about this, so again,
last episode, yeah.
So again, I won't do too much. But it was released in 2015. The genre is romance drama. The Google plot states, Therese Velvet, played by Rooney Mara, spots the beautiful, elegant Carol, played by Kate Blanchett, pursuing the doll displays in a 1950s Manhattan department store. The two women develop a fast bond that becomes a love with complicated consequences. So I wrote that I'm a sucker for queer stories, especially like lesbian romance stories. Yes. They're great.
Fuck white gay stories.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I'm so sick of them. There's too many of them. Sorry, no offense. The coloring, the lighting in the movie really made it look like it was winter in the 50s, and I loved it. The movie looked kind of like that yellowish, greenish.
We watch a lot of, like, New York set films.
I know,
50s,
we do.
60s.
We really do.
I just realized that.
But yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I really like the coloring and editing and stuff. It looks really good. I think it really adds to the film and, like, really makes you more... what's it called? Like,
nostalgic?
No, not nostalgic, but you feel more connected and you feel like you're more in it.
Yeah.
the last little point I wrote that it made me cry, which it did. Yeah, so I liked it.
So my last film, which I could have picked a lot of dramas. I watched a lot, like The Five Bloods, First Cow, which like The Cow deserves like favorite actress of the year, and The Devil All the Time, which now that I think of it, it's between Sound of Metal and The Devil All the Time for number one, because like fucking Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland and the whole cast of Devil All the Time, just like it's so wonderful. Like I didn't think of a film that was going to be like that, which I think you should watch it. It's really good.
I know. I keep scrolling every time I'm on Netflix. I'll see it or something, and I'm like, I gotta watch it.
That's another movie I wish I could watch for the first time again.
That one, Devil All the Time.
Yeah, but I feel like I can't watch it until like maybe like in 2 years. Like, you know those films that you can't watch like.
Oh yeah, you watch it once, yeah,
and then you could watch it like 5 years. So I picked Sound of Metal for this one, which is directed by Darius Martyr, who I believe did the not official spin-off of Drive, The Place Beyond the Pines, which was literally like the same concept as Drive, and Ryan Gosling was in both. It was released in 2020. The genre is drama music, and the Google plot states a heavy metal drummer's life is thrown into freefall when he begins to lose his hearing. Like I said, I wish I could watch this film for the first time again. Riz Ahmed, literally, I told myself when I watched Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, which I wanted to make you watch, which we'll probably watch like 2 movies today, which we'll probably watch that one, hopefully, that I would like be his number one. Like, I'm literally like, I will watch everything you're in, hun. It feels like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you know, when you listen to like, I'm trying to think, like a ballad, like, okay, I know this sounds weird, but you did listen to Red, so like All Too Well. When you think of All Too Well, that's the ballad of the album. It feels like that the whole time you're watching this. It just digs and digs at your heart and your soul, and it's so beautiful. And Riz deserves all the awards along with sound design, because like he's losing his hearing and you can't hear like what they're hearing sometimes, and you could hear what. Okay. Yeah, it's also original. It's really beautiful. And I think that's our Dairies. The Dairies?
The Dairies, yeah. Dairies. That was our Dairies for 2020.
Insert clip of us holding an award. So we want to know, what are your favorite films of the year? Which movies that were released in 2020 that you want to see that you didn't get to see?
Sorry, I spaced out. Which movies are you looking forward to in 2021? So let us know in the comments below and our Instagram page.
We will see you next week. I wrote this horribly. We will see you next week. And we're actually, if you want a little tidbit about what we're doing, we're going to do our first 2-part episode, which will be in the span of 2 weeks. We're not going to just put 2 parts out in one day.
This time it's all dedicated to a director, which is why it's so long. And we're really excited because it's my favorite director.
Yeah, one of my favorite directors too. If you knew me in high school, my Sweet 16 was themed based on this director. We are not going to give names.
Yeah. But if you know, you know.
You know. Tony's also wearing a shirt of the director right now.
Oh yeah.
So thank you so much for listening to us.
So in case I don't see you, good afternoon,
good evening,
and good night.
Thank you.